I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through. I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go. The only thing that I know, you were my gravity, but now I have to leave. I will let you go. Why do you feel that I want? What do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity. 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 I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not.
Warning. The Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to the Atlanta Superspeedway. And it's time to kick off the midway portion of the regular season. It's the All-Star Race Weekend here for Season 7 of the SRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. Well, we've got 27 drivers that are already locked into the All-Star Race field. Of course, the criteria: if you win a race after last year's All-Star Race, and of course have won a race so far this season, or are a previous All-Star Race winner, you're locked in to the All-Star Race already. 3 more drivers will join them, and 21 drivers here in our All-Star Open want to be one of those 3. We've got a different plethora of drivers here in this All-Star Open. We've got some drivers that have been running full-time this season, just haven't had the benefit of a checkered flag. We've got some of the part-time drivers that we've seen off and on during the course of these first 13 races of the season. And then got a few drivers that are going to be making some starts here that haven't been in a Duracell Cup Series field the entirety of this season. Some of them not even for the first time in their career. They're doing a little bit of showcasing here, trying to get an opportunity to get behind the wheel of a race car, show what they can do, maybe get themselves a contract lined up for Season 8, maybe end up getting a ride down the light series, who knows. Opportunity here, though, to be able to start to build a resume in a non-points exhibition race, even if it is a qualifying race like the All-Star Open. But should be a good one here today. Of course, later on this afternoon, we've got the All-Star Race. So you got to bet that the 27 drivers already locked in. They'll be paying very close attention to what happens here in the Open, and maybe a little bit of an advantage for these Open drivers, especially the 3 that transfer in, because they'll have 40 laps here under their belts of what to expect. We've never run the Atlanta Superspeedway with the next gen car. A couple of reasons for that. The main reason, because I'm not a super huge fan of Atlanta Superspeedway, so I don't want it to be a points race. I'm perfectly fine with it being an exhibition, non-points event like the All-Star Race. But Jack Mitchell is going to line up on the pole position for this one. Of course, Jack, a former winner here in the Duracell Cup Series. Most notable, a win at Darlington in his career. He's been a former playoff contender as well, but this season, a non-charter entry. He's attempted a couple of races so far this year, has been unsuccessful in making a start, but he'd love to be able to take part in the All-Star race as he shares the front row with fellow Chevrolet Camaro James Qualls. Qualls has obviously had 2 very good, well, 1.5 good seasons so far. Was very consistent last year, although he didn't get a win, so he wasn't eligible for a playoff position. He's been consistent this year as well. He'll be starting off the second half of the regular season inside of the top 10 in overall points. A lot of different drivers, a lot of different scenarios, but we aren't even talking about points and playoff positions here in this one, because it's just all about winning that All-Star race, and you got to take the first step by qualifying in here through the Open. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go down trackside and get those most famous words in motorsports here at Atlanta Superspeedway.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice and easy, long day. It's going to be a lot of adjustments. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. This is a real race here. We're going to have a blast tonight. I can't wait to get up and get going.
There's your starting lineup for this All-Star Open. Gonna see a couple of names in there that we've not seen on a starting lineup list. Bishop Family Racing fielding the number 17 from Mike Tellier, but also fielding two other cars here for this All-Star Open. The number 6, Seth Cole, and the number 60, Autumn Brooks. See how they fare here. Seth Cole has formerly driven in the Duracell Cup Series, but never in a next-gen car. Autumn Brooks has never been behind the wheel of a race car under the Duracell Cup Series banner, so making her absolute overall debut in the series here today. 40 laps of racing. Pit road, I believe, will come into play here. Don't think they can make it the full 40 laps on a tank of fuel. We've already seen last 3-4 weeks, nearing the end of the first half of the regular season, how pit road definitely played a factor into the outcome of those races. And we may end up seeing the same here in the non-points exhibition race. Green flag is in the air. The All-Star Open is underway. As dead even at the line there, Mitchell on the bottom and Qualls on the top. Jack Mitchell will go to the point. Side by side for second, Matt McIntyre and James Qualls. Be interesting to see which lanes are the preferred lanes here. The longer we get into a run, there might be a clear case example. James Qualls and Autumn Brooks were up in the extreme outside line, the third lane, and they got a huge run out of turn number 4. 3 wide further back, Seth Cole, Cody Lamas, Carson Gum. They settled that out to double wide. Seth Cole having some difficulty, it looks like, on that inside. Mike Tellier right behind him. There's Nico Servideo in the 82. Last time we saw him was back at Mid-Ohio when he attempted to make his first career start. Failed to qualify, but doing the driving duties here this evening. Autumn Brooks trying to make a move there on Chris Dollerton, and there's her husband going around the top side, Anthony McCrory. That would have been for, I believe, the 5th position. Waiting for scoring to update. Indeed, that drops Autumn Brooks back to 6th place. As James Qualls trying to make the move here on Jack Mitchell. Whoa, Nico Servideo. I don't know if he moved low because Cody almost got the wall off of 2, or if maybe the 82 got loose. Look at Anthony way up the track there, almost getting into the wall off of turn 4. Autumn Brooks thought about making a pass there, or attempting to make a pass for the 5th position. Tucks back in line. Carson Gum following in her tire tracks. Yeah, these cars look really loose, especially on the entry of the corner. That's just going to heat those rear tires up even more, which is not a good thing at a 1.5-mile racetrack. Waltz is all over the back bumper of Jack Mitchell. Look at this. Trying to put some air on the spoiler on that left rear. Maybe get him a little squirrely, get him a little loose. Now remember, the top 3 transfer into the All-Star race, so 3rd place may be where all the battling will be here in the closing stages. Whoever's first, whoever's second, they may just decide, hey, we're locked in, let's not ruin our chances. But as of this moment, I think you're going to see good hard racing for this top position because, as I said, I think pit road will play a factor in this one, and it kind of comes down to, do you want to be the leader or do you want to be second place when the pit stop cycle begins? If it's me personally, I want to be the second place car because we've already seen at tracks like Darlington and Interstate 69 Speedway, even as recently as last week at Chicagoland, the earlier you come to pit road, the better off you are in terms of your outlap and gaining track position. Well, you look at the James Qualls situation right now in second place. If he dives to pit road, then Jack Mitchell's already going too fast. He wouldn't be able to slow and come down pit road that same lap. And so Qualls would be able to get the 1 lap fresher tire advantage, though it may be a bit of a moot point as the yellow flag is out for the first time today. On lap number 7, it officially came out, and we've got some skid marks up there on the back straightaway heading up into turn 3. If they come to pit road here, this might mean that they are on the window to make it the rest of the way, unless they can't make it on one stop. And we don't know exactly what the fuel window is for these drivers. We've never run a race here at Atlanta Superspeedway. Looking towards the rear of the field, trying to see if I can diagnose who might have been involved in the wreck. Maybe Rob Evans. He's running towards the back. Oh, nope. Looks like 2 drivers. Reggie Fogelman, Joshua Osborne would have been involved in this one, as I believe both of them had to call a tow back to pit road. Now they're going for, looks like, at least right side tires on most of these race cars. I would assume they're probably going to change all 4. Nope, they're only changing right sides. Just about everybody's down and away. Let's take a look and see what happened here. A couple of Chevrolet Camaros getting together. This is off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Ryan Brommer, he tried to clear himself up in front of Reggie Fogelman, was not clear. Fogelman hits the wall, comes down across the nose of his teammate Benjamin Miles, then comes back up, collects the 27 of Joshua Osborne, and the 2 of them, as they were trying to back up, they got beached on that transition of the apron and the banking of turn 3. That lifts the rear tires off the ground. And obviously, if you don't have all 4 tires on the racing surface, there is no way that that thing is going to be able to drive away. So both Fogelman and Osborne are going to lose a lap at least. Looks like they've actually elected to push the 24 back behind the wall. This is on board with Rob Evans, who is right behind all of this. Hard to tell with that on board if Evans got a piece of it. It looked like maybe he did slightly. Don't know how that will affect him aerodynamically for the remainder of this race. But we will have to wait and see. Bit of a shuffle up here at the front of the field. James Qualls, who was second when they came down pit road, is now all the way back here in the 12th position, which makes me wonder if maybe the drivers ahead of him went with the 2-tire strategy and he went with 4, along with drivers like Jesse Turner, Benjamin Miles, and Seth Cole. Are 2 tires better than 4? And what I saw just there on that first run, I think track position is optimal. But we'll see if it works out for Qualls here. So Jack Mitchell's going to be the race leader still. But that moves Matt McIntyre up to 2nd, Chris Dollerton into 3rd, then Anthony McCrory and Nathan Ormond will be the completion of the top 5. You saw there Joshua Osborne had returned back onto the track. He'll be 1 lap down. And Reggie Fogelman, the only driver out of the race. And normally in an exhibition race, especially a qualifying race like the All-Star Open, you get involved in a wreck, you know the thing's going to be damaging off the pace. Unless you know that you've got a car capable of getting up there inside of the top 3, there's really no sense of being out there logging laps, so that's why they elected to retire the 24 after the damage he would have gotten there after getting up into the wall a couple of times. From the back straightaway over to turn 3, lights out. Atop the Toyota Camry pace car, and we'll be getting ready to go back green flag racing. You know, one of the things about the All-Star Open is the surprise names that you'll have in it. You look at some of the drivers and the careers they've had, and you wonder how in the world are they here in the All-Star Open and not in the All-Star race. I mean, I look at a driver like Chris Dollerton, a former champion, Carson Gum, a former champion, Daytona 500 winner, Austin LaPlante, multi-time winner in the Duracell Cup Series, Cody Lamas. It amazes me sometimes how things work out, where a driver that has an amazing resume in this series is not locked into the All-Star race for the season. They're having to qualify their way in. But that veteran experience can certainly come into play and help them to be able to get up there, easily transfer into the All-Star race. We'll have to wait and see if that will be the case for some of those I just mentioned. Jack Mitchell, back up through the gears. He's led the first 11 laps of this All-Star Open. He'll pull away for a moment from Matt McIntyre as we've got a battle on for third, and it's 3 wide. Well, it was 3 wide. Autumn Brooks tried to make something happen there with McCrory in the middle and Dollerton on the bottom, or on the top, I should say. Got a battle for the lead here as well. Matt McIntyre looking to the inside of Jack Mitchell. Can he make it stick? Still remains alongside, and here comes Anthony McCrory in the 61. If he's got a big enough run, he might try and take it 3. Not going to be able to do it there. Chris Dollerton's got a rear deck lid full of Austin LaPlante. Almost 3 wide back there with Cody Lamas, Nico Servideo, and Nathan Ormond. As we are 3 wide now, here going into 3, LaPlante getting loose on the bottom. Loses some momentum there. Servideo will jump to his outside. Mike Tellier as well. McCrory has moved up into a transfer spot after restarting in 4th. He's now 2nd. Dollerton currently in 3rd. Cody Lamas pressuring. That green flag came out with 29 laps remaining in this one. Not certain if these drivers can make it the rest of the way without having to come back down pit road or not. Could have been a case of drivers taking the opportunity of pitting under caution rather than under green, even though they would have still been way outside a fuel window, being able to make it the rest of the way, as Benjamin Miles back there got the wall, was riding the wall off of turn 2. That could be important to kind of bear in mind for later on in this race if there is another pit stop. Depending on any damage received, they may have to spend a little extra time on pit road clearing the fenders to be able to change tires. Man, Cody Lamas, you see that car right there? Right up against the wall, and the wall was sucking the air off the right rear quarter panel, and he was really loose through the center of the corner. Hangs on to it, though, as they're going to go around the 27 of Joshua Osborne. Osborne right now being scored 2 laps down, and he has no rear bumper. Not certain what exactly happened with him in that regard. I mean, Osborne did go around with Reggie Fogelman over here in turn 3 for that first caution, but I didn't see any like super visible damage. The only reason I thought that he lost the laps was because he had to call a tow. Guess it was much more serious than that. Cody Lamas was trying to get 4th from Matt McIntyre. Now McIntyre going after Dollerton. Saw him get really loose there through the center of 1 and 2. This is the battle for the final transfer position right now. Mitchell, McCrory, and Dollerton. The top 3 would be transferring into the All-Star race. You got Dollerton up here in a transfer spot. You got Nico Servideo trying to make his way up here into the top 3. It's interesting, when I looked back over the previous 6 All-Star races, 3 of them were won by drivers out of the Blue Oval Automotive camp. Jordan Lopez, Jose Mills, and Trey Wright. Well, 2 entries are already locked into the All-Star race for BOA. That being the aforementioned Mills as well as Caleb Fogler. And Dollerton and Nico Servideo would like to make it 4 of that organization's cars in the All-Star race. Give them a chance for maybe a team's 4th All-Star race victory. Trying to remember Off the top of my head, we know obviously the defending All-Star race winner is also the defending champion of the series, Charles Sanford, as Matt McIntyre makes a move here on the top side out of 4 on Cody Lamas. And he'll clear for the spots, and now he'll try and go after Dollerton. Carter Friesen won the All-Star race, I believe that was back in Season 3. I know that Lopez was Season 1, Mills was Season 2, I believe Trey Wright was Season 4. I'm trying to recall who the All-Star race winner was in Season 5. Maybe it'll come to me, maybe it won't. Dollerton, this is a gutsy move here, trying to gain another position, and it may cost him a transfer spot because Cody Lamas swings around his outside. Now Cody crosses underneath of McCrory, looking for second. Jack Mitchell, probably at this point, looking out the rearview mirror a lot more than the windshield. Keeping an eye on where these runs are coming from, where he might have to block. Cody's going to now get passed on the top side. Matt McIntyre will move into a transfer spot as they stack up with Servideo and LaPlante behind him. Chris Dollerton tried to make a move for second, and that last time by, he's in 8th. So unsuccessful attempt there. Cody Lamas battling for 4th place right now after he tried to make the move for a transfer spot. Austin LaPlante going to look to get to his outside. Sounds like we might have had another idling engine up here. Remember, we were on board with Rob Evans. We were looking back at the replay of our only caution up to this point. Wondered if he got involved. Apparently he did. That car is damaged. It is obviously off the pace, and they are reeling him in. He's only about 6.5 seconds ahead of the race leader, Jack Mitchell. So maybe a bit of an X factor here with slower traffic for these leaders to have to deal with. 3rd place battle between a couple of similarly colored Ford Mustangs, light blue and white. Matt McIntyre in the 21, Nico Servideo in the 82. They're going to be drag racing down the backstretch here into 3. Nico going to try and stay in the throttle here in that middle line, trying to straddle the seams. Gets to the left rear to try and drag Matt McIntyre back, but I think McIntyre might have him cleared. He does. Going into turn 1, Mike Tellier has now moved up into the 5th position. As let's move back up here to the race leader who has encountered the slower machine of Rob Evans. Boy, really slowing down the 0-1 because of having to run the non-optimal line of the inside, and Anthony McCrory is going to try and catch him out. Oh, Evans moves up right in front of McCrory. This is not good. This is not a good situation for the leaders. McCrory going to get to the outside of Evans. Can he clear him? I think he's going to be able to. But still, the field wadded up behind the 65, and we got to keep it here because this is battle for transfer positions. Matt McIntyre into 2nd. Cody Lamas will now move to 3rd. You saw Nico try and tuck up in front of Austin LaPlante. Not going to happen. Servideo getting frustrated with the 65. Jack Mitchell's got to be frustrated. He led 25 laps of this race. Now he's drifted all the way back into 5th. Try and use the low line here. Battling with Austin LaPlante. That's for 4th position right now. As the top 3 trying to scamper away. Mitchell bailing out of the throttle there. I think he was doing so to let LaPlante go and maybe get up in line in front of, that's Nathan Ormond in the 23. LaPlante still has to get around Rob Evans before he can get up there and battle with Cody Lamas for the final transfer spot. Meanwhile, Matt McIntyre, he's going to move low, and Cody's going to swing around his outside. I don't know if that's strategy on the part of the 21 or not. I don't know if he realizes the 84 is faster. He's letting him go so that way he doesn't have to battle with him. He knows he's got the lap car buffer between himself and the next competitor, which now would be Nathan Ormond moving into the 4th spot. Nico Savito holding on to the 5th position. And there's still the question, as race leader Anthony McCrory brings us around to 10 laps to go, if these drivers can make it on fuel. They all came to pit road on lap 8. Most of the field went with right sides only. About 5 drivers went with 4 tires. Of those drivers that took 4, James Qualls has been the biggest mover, now up to 9th position. That's 4 spots since we went back green. Autumn Brooks has moved up to 13th. Seth Cole is in 9th. Actually, Qualls has now moved up to 8th according to scoring. I don't know if those 4 tires are now starting to come in or not. Might be too little too late. As there's a huge gap from 3rd back to 4th position, which still has not gotten around the 65 of Rob Evans. I mean, the last time by, Matt McIntyre had 0.8 of a second between himself and 4th. So unless a caution comes out or unless they can't make it on fuel, it's a bit of a cakewalk right now for some Duracell Cup Series veterans in McCrory, Lamas, and McIntyre. LaPlante has finally gotten himself clear of the 65. Well, I thought he did. Seth Cole in the 6 has now moved up into the 5th position. James Qualls right there with him. I don't think these guys have enough time, if they're able to clear this traffic, to get up there with the top 3. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. LaPlante, let's see if he can latch on to the top 3, have something to say about a last-minute transfer spot. You got them wadded up there with the lap cars. Osborne on the bottom, Evans on the top, creating a wall for all the lead lap cars to not be able to get through. LaPlante might not be out of this. I think LaPlante still got a shot. Matt McIntyre made the pass around Cody Lamas to move back up to 2nd. And he ran extremely high line there through 3 and 4 to close up the gap on McCrory. But LaPlante, I think he's closing in. So if Seth Cole and James Qualls and others can get past that slower traffic, they may have a shot too. Maybe enough laps if they get enough draft. Yeah, LaPlante's caught the tail end now. James Qualls has gotten around Rob Evans. He still has to deal with his teammate Osborne. As McCrory continues to show the way, with less than 5 to go, we're going to go back here and we're going to watch this battle, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, because Austin LaPlante is the first driver out. Cody Lamas is the last driver in as they currently run via the transfer spots. Cody way up high there through 1 and 2, trying to get a run down the back straightaway. LaPlante shows the nose to the inside. Lamas drives it into the corner, almost into the back bumper of McIntyre, and McCrory is in! So there you go. Anthony couldn't make it, your race leader, which says to me, I'll be shocked if anybody makes it. I say that, and remember last week's late race theatrics with Jessica Shelton crossing the line to take the checkers on pit road. We could have a scenario just like that here in this All-Star Open. Has anybody been able to save enough to make it the rest of the way? Anthony pitted with a total of 4 laps to go. Cody Lamas is in this time. LaPlante is in. Matt McIntyre is going to stay out. 3 laps to go. That's 4.5 miles that Matt McIntyre has to make. Nathan Ormond also stayed out. Autumn Brooks in the 60, gonna swing around Ormond. There's McCrory coming back onto the racetrack. He's hoping that nobody can make it on fuel. Maybe he'd cycle back out to the front. Matt McIntyre's in this time. Brooks is in. Ormond is in. Dallerton, Cole, bunch of Fords. Ryan Brommer and Carson Gum all in this lap as well. Where's the 61? There's the 61. Could potentially cycle back around to the lead. Although Cody Lamas and Austin LaPlante, they may come out ahead of him. And if they do, then that brings into question, where does Matt McIntyre transfer? Where's the 21? Trying to get up to speed here through 1 and 2. Autumn Brooks and Nathan Orman battling off of pit road. McIntyre now getting off of 2 onto the straightaway, mashes the throttle. Lamas is going to pass him, LaPlante's going to pass him, McCrory's going to pass him. So now McIntyre falls back to 4th. And I think this time by will be the white flag. I'm not 100% certain. We'll look and see the flag stand here with Cody Lamas and the Florida Panthers Chevrolet Camaro out in front. Looked up in the flag stand, and yes, the white flag was in the air for the 84. Lamas, LaPlante, and McCrory, the top 3, all in transfer positions. Matt McIntyre cycles to 4th, but he's got about a quarter, almost a third of a straightaway between him and McCrory. And out of turn 4 for the final time. Cody Lamas. It's been an incredible second full-time season for that single car entry. And they're going all-star racing. As Cody wins the All-Star Open here from Atlanta Superspeedway. Austin LaPlante in 2nd and Anthony McCrory in 3rd. They will be the 3 transferees from this All-Star Open into the All-Star race later on today. Well, Matt McIntyre went with the long strat, tried to spend the least amount of time on pit road. He'll come up 1 position short. Autumn Brooks, good run for her here. Good showcase for that driver out of Bishop Family Racing. Looks like she'll be 5th. Orman 6th, Qualls 7th. Then Servideo, I think Brommer and Dollarton, as I'm eyeballing it there, look like they'd be the top 10 finishers, but all that mattered were the drivers that finished 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, because they will make up the 30-car field for this season's All-Star race. Here's a look at it here. Only 1 caution during the course of today's event. 16 drivers finished on the lead lap out of the 18 that completed this race. Reggie Fogelman, the only one out. And Cody Lamas, Austin LaPlante, Anthony McCrory will start 28th, 29th, and 30th for the All-Star race later on today here from the Atlanta Superspeedway. Great race there. Really exciting finish with the pit stops in the closing stages, and 3 seasoned veterans going to be moving on to try and, for all 3 of them, win their first All-Star race of their Duracell Cup Series career. Should be a good one. Hope you guys will join us for that. But thank you for joining us for this All-Star Open. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to be part of the crew today. We showed you your full finish results, and we will see you guys once again later on this afternoon for the Season 7 NCRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series All-Star race here from the Atlanta Superspeedway. But until then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NSRA TV, offline racing at its best.